What did you expect? Welcome, Sonny. Make yourself at home. Marry my daughter. You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. The common clay of the New West. You know. Morons.
Welcome to
Morons Mince movies.
Oh, fuck.
Damn, man.
I
I'm on it.
Wow. That's save this one, you guys. Click that save
in the
button.
archives.
Archive this one because he's gonna try to delete it.
I am your host, Moron Sam Munoz, and I'm here with my fellow morons, Ublester Peñalosa II, and Akam, faster than the speed of light, Arturo.
Hey,
Because today we are mincing
The Flash.
the Flash.
The
Yes,
Flash.
yes. But before we mince the Flash, Arturo really wanted us to
Yes.
do what are we drinking today because he's actually got some.
I
he's
do.
actually here
Drinking
today.
And there's a history to this. So I bought this fucking months ago. This is the Mariner West Coast Double IPA from Coronado Brewing Company. I got this at Trader Joe's. They have a really cool section of you just buy one or whatever you want and build your own 6-packs. I bought this months ago in preparation for one of our episodes, and that was the night Ubla texted, "Hey, I don't have anything, but hey, I happen to have like whiskey or hard liquor. You guys are welcome to my liquor cabinet."
You chose to go
And
with
that was the day that we had that really great rum, and then things just kept happening different like weeks, and then there was the week I picked up the Trulies for us, but now we finally had the opportunity. Oh, well, then last week, too, when we did the toy stuff, Joe brought Modelos for everyone. So I felt,
true.
you know what, let me have a Modelo.
It's been
He
a
brought
long
them.
time coming. Is what
So,
you're saying.
long time coming, very delicious.
Yeah, I like Coronado Brewing Company. I've had a few of their beers. Very good, very good.
I don't
Highly
care
recommend.
for them. I don't care for them.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, I
What the
don't,
fuck
man.
are you-
I'm
Rocking
I
a
don't-
Topo
Topo
Chico
Chico
hard seltzer.
I
Yeah.
changed it up. I went with the Topo Chico.
I know you changed it up.
I
one
felt
seltzer
with
to another?
something. Yeah, I felt with something more a
Is
little
there
south
is
of the
there
border.
is there like a quality level of seltzers? Like
That's
is
true.
the
Do you
is
have a
like the
rating
White
scale?
Claw like the Budweiser of seltzers?
No,
Is this like the the higher
Or
Belgium
is it,
ale?
or is
type?
it like when you're feeling more basic, that's when the White Claws come out?
honestly, I go with the flavor because
The question mark at the end of flavor, though, doesn't make it that convincing.
and the percentage. So like,
Is this like the Mexican
Strawberry-
version of seltzer? Topo Chico? Oh,
you've never
okay.
had a Topo Chico sodas?
No.
It's a very
I
popular
thought they were just
Mexican soda.
I thought they were just water, like seltzer water.
No, I think
they are.
Interesting, because
Oh,
that one's a 4.7%, and the White Claws and Trulies are 5%.
5%. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they knock it
I
down
know- I just
3%.
felt like
I remember you
strawberry
were
guava.
talking shit on someone drinking Modelos at a recent party we were all together.
Yeah.
Because your seltzers were stronger, but then that one's
Well,
weaker.
as you all
I
know,
noticed.
we're not recording this from the comfort of my home where I don't have to drive. So I need to.
Oh,
I
I
need to be
see.
safe.
Be
you
able to
know?
say,
Yeah,
take
that's right.
3%
instead of the
off.
5%.
I feel that.
Truly, White Claw, Topo Chico.
So
Yeah.
Truly is the top of the
For
brands?
me, I
you.
love Truly more than White Claw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all
Wow. Wow.
All right.
I'm learning so
Learned
much.
something.
Truly does have more
Anyways,
variety. I'll give you that.
What are you
And
drinking?
Speaking of varieties and variants,
I'm
oh,
drinking
wait,
Michelob
never mind.
Amberbach, but let's get to the movie because
Yeah.
that's what the people are here for.
Yes.
The mincing
Speaking
the
of
movie.
yes, and that movie. I mean,
Oh,
clearly,
it-
I'm wearing a shirt that it's my Batman vs Superman shirt.
So general thoughts, no spoilers at the beginning. This is how we do it.
Oh, sure, that's right. I was just talking about what I was wearing. I
Okay,
thought we were
okay.
doing that segment too.
Oh,
Never
okay. What are we wearing? I'm wearing a U.S. national team jersey. And what are you wearing, Uble?
Also,
Oh, just a
basic-
button-up
blue-
shirt.
I'm just a blue collar American here trying to earn my wage, working wage, to raise a family. Back to you guys.
Are you sure you're not drunk? Okay, so
bad.
general thoughts.
General
Go,
thoughts,
Arturo. I'm guessing yours is going to be positive.
I had,
Approve?
no, I mean, no, I did have a really
approve.
great time with it, but it was not exactly what I was expecting, which necessarily isn't a bad thing, but it did go in direction I didn't expect, but I also saw things kind of coming, so it did affect my overall outlook on the movie, but I did have a very good time with it.
All right.
Okay. all
General
right.
thoughts,
Any-
Sam.
General thoughts. Disappointed would be the right word.
Damn.
I mean, there are a lot of faults to this movie. Some that are just blatant. I mean, this is
General
not a spoiler.
thoughts.
It's not a spoiler.
Okay.
The visual effects are horrendous in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what
I'll
the
give you
hell
that, yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
but these visual effects they look like they came from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
They made me uncomfortable.
It didn't make me
Well,
uncomfortable.
actually,
It was just
me
about
it
like
Oh, that's true. We're saying
Yeah.
we're general. Sorry. Yeah.
the comedy didn't really hit for me as much. There were some laughs, but sometimes I was rolling my eyes. Like the story kind of fell apart at the end there, towards the middle actually. But yeah, disappointed would be my.
I'm gonna say that I am a very nice hybrid of both of you. I enjoyed it, but I definitely recognized, and it lowered my grade because of the visual effects and a few other small things. Some of the comedy hit, some of it didn't, but ultimately the biggest thing was the fucking visual effects that took me out of it, man. I thought I was watching
awful.
I thought I was watching Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone when they're fighting the troll in the restroom.
The
Because
visual.
It took you. I mean, now that we're diving into it, I guess at this from moving forward, because that is what detracted a lot of it, even for me.
Should we do a spoiler alert here?
I think going forward,
I think we said all we could.
I want to talk about just the beginning scene. I mean,
With the hospital.
With the hospital going down and the babies.
barista.
well, I mean, there's some stuff that happens beforehand, but we can jump straight into the visual effects if that's.
Well, the stuff that happens before, you meet Barry and he's at the cafe. He wants his sandwich or whatever, and then he gets the call from Batman, and then he gets to the.
Like real quick, I loved that integration of the bigger universe that we no longer have.
Yeah.
But just feeling that everything felt bigger. Like I loved that portion of it, and seeing Ben Affleck's Batman again, and the fact that you guys catch how his cape and cowl was blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green
Oh
blue.
man, I have another that I thought that was like the worst bat
How
suit I've
dare
ever
you.
seen.
Oh no, that was gorgeous.
Were you
Not
talking
only-
about
That made
because
me-
the exoskeleton or what
It
part
was
of it?
just his fucking mask looked like it
Oh,
was
man.
it was like he glued it onto his face or something like
Yeah.
that. And like it was awful,
thought it was
man. He looked
awesome.
I thought
he
it was
looked
awesome,
awful.
too.
Fuck yeah.
He looked awful from the point that he appeared, which by the way, a lot of his like on cycle stuff was CGI. And it was awful.
A lot of this movie was
It
CGI,
was
man.
awful.
Maybe
I
that.
mean,
A
but
lot of
before like that part, like even my wife, I saw it with my wife. My wife and I were kind of looking at each other. It was like, is
You know what?
Is that a cartoon?
Yeah.
Like it was.
You know what? You know what really kind of messed it up for me is the fact that the PR for this fucking movie really went above and beyond. I gotta actually, I respect them for it because
They did good.
they
Good press.
fucking hyped this motherfucker up. Like they were saying, one of the best comic book movies out there.
Not even close.
You're gonna forget about Ezra Miller's legal troubles after this
Oh,
movie.
that didn't fucking matter from the beginning to me.
Yeah, I know you didn't care because you would love Kevin Spacey and you would kill to see him in anything.
As an
right now.
actor,
Right.
Separating
There's
the
a
art from the
difference.
artist.
Yeah, go watch your Hitler ventriloquist. But for all the rest of us, it was still something that was out
Really?
there.
Did you really think about that when you were
No,
watching the
no.
movie?
Yeah,
The
okay.
only reason why it came up is because people were mentioning it as in this movie is so great that you are going to forget all of that happened with Ezra Miller. First of all, I didn't remember it when I walked in, but you brought it up, so let me see how good this movie is. So my expectations of this movie was way too fucking high. I realize that now. I don't know about you guys. If you guys had the same.
I don't think I had high expectations, but I was hoping it would be a decent movie, and it wasn't even a decent. It wasn't even
I liked
average
it.
to me. It was.
I'm not gonna.
it
say
was
that.
below.
Oh man,
It was below
no,
average.
no, no,
This
no,
was
no.
this was probably. I haven't.
You're
seen it.
familiar with the Flashpoint storyline at all?
I am familiar,
Okay.
and yeah, but I mean, it's. I believe it doesn't. It's not the same story though, right?
Of course
Oh
not.
no, no,
They,
no.
all they're
Never
really
is.
taking
Never
from
is.
all they're really taking from that comic is just the fact that he's able to
I thought
go
it was triggered.
back in time and break universes.
Well, I'm not necessarily triggered. I mean, you bring up a good points, both of you, but like,
But
it's
let's-
just it's no.
Can we just start? Can we just start again from that
Yeah.
beginning scene?
Okay, we will.
Because
Yeah. So
right
back
from the
to what I
begin-
was saying
No, right from the beginning.
before you rudely interrupted me by
No.
saying it was the worst bat suit ever.
Yeah, it was the word batsuit.
I
So
never got my sentences
you-
out.
No, but you were saying that you like the whole that it's the
Bigger universe, yes,
Yeah.
and seeing them come back and seeing a version of Batman and Wonder Woman, like just those moments alone were meant so much to me for loving the DCEU. But then, we did get into the visual effects portion because the babies looked very fake.
The babies
So
were
fake,
horrendous.
Like,
dude.
and it's crazy because this
So
film was
fake.
pushed back.
No, it was by
I mean,
the
for
instinct.
several
Exactly.
reasons, but one of the reasons was also fixing the CGI.
And yet,
And
they
it was
didn't, though.
bad. And like
Yeah.
and then we get into the time travel portion of the CGI, which
His-
I guess was on purpose, but it was it made me feel uncomfortable. It had the whole
You're
uncanny
talking about
valley
when
feeling.
he's in the
Yes,
orb or
and in the
whatever?
time, in the Speed Force.
They all look
Like,
exactly
made me uncomfortable.
Yep, that just
It-
felt too video gamey, too
Too
too CGI'd. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
yeah.
Yeah, it felt too CGI.
It did. It felt like it was early 2000s,
Yep.
maybe 90s
Yep.
type of
It
CGI.
reminded me of the Matrix CGI.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
The,
yes.
damn.
Not the first
scene
one.
where they're
Revolutions.
fighting. The scene where they're fighting the
All of
multiple agents.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
All
That
the
is
multiple-
exactly
Okay.
what
That-
it looked like.
Yeah.
Exactly right
Not
there.
wrong.
Yeah.
You're not,
It was
as you can
bad.
see on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Look how clear
Put that
Keanu
scene
Reeves
from
looks.
the Matrix.
Yeah.
If you can just tell when it goes from real life to
Yep.
CGI,
Yep.
where he's like cartoony, doesn't even look like him. Oh my
They
god!
had so much
but
time to correct that.
Those baby scene, the baby scene to me, like God, like that really took me out of the movie so
early
much.
on.
And so early on, like I
I'll give you
even
that.
said out loud, "Oh my god, this is so bad."
Yep.
Like
Yep.
this
What did
is
the
so
other
bad.
movie theater people say to that?
Nobody else.
Okay.
I don't think. I didn't say out loud like everybody could hear me, but I said it out loud like my wife could hear me.
It wasn't an oubliette. Oh, she's a bat.
Dude. That one. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy, I realized the animal was a bat.
And
I yelled it out loud.
I know they were trying to be comedic in that scene too, but it was
Yeah.
it felt really flat to me. Like nothing worked in that entire scene. And I was from the beginning, I was out of the movie. Like, and it was just hard to get back in because it was the only thing that really got me back in was when Michael Keaton finally shows up. And it was like, oh, Michael Keaton, yeah. And then, he puts on his bat suit and yeah. But then even he was ruined, in my opinion. I know I'm jumping ahead and stuff like that.
No, man, just let it all out. Let it
But
all out.
because of the fucking terrible CGI, and I talked
Yep.
about
You
this
did.
when we saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
I said this?
Even though
Yeah.
I was there and saw it happen, but yes, you're correct.
I talked about
Yeah.
this
I'll
and,
give you
and
that.
how
Yeah.
I was a little worried because in the trailer there is a scene where it looks very CGI'd and Michael Keaton's Batman doing these moves
Oh,
that Michael
yeah.
Keaton's Batman doesn't really
Cannot
do.
Yeah.
Like Michael Keaton's Batman is a different kind of Batman. He doesn't fall in this like moving on like
Ben Affleck.
super fast type of Batman.
Yeah.
He's a slow and steady type of Batman, and you see all of his moves and everything like that.
I mean, that's
It's just
what he
didn't-
was back in the 90s.
Exactly,
maybe
and now he's supposed to be a 60-year-old.
He's only
Batman.
had time to work on it.
If he shouldn't be
That's-
moving faster than he was when he was younger.
Exoskeleton.
For me, it was
Exoskeleton.
a very emotional time. For,
It
like,
was.
to
He's my
see
favorite
him
Batman.
Come back as Batman. For no particular reason. I think I was very much moved emotionally on so many aspects. Just seeing him again, hearing the score all over again.
Yeah, the score was cool, and the
The
Batmobile.
score,
Batmobile.
yes, I will say.
I
the
mean,
Just making
score
myself
was
more
cool.
comfortable.
But again, the nostalgia can only go so far, and you have to have a little bit more substance to it. And
I mean,
and
it made me
honestly-
crave spaghetti.
yeah.
There was a lot of
there.
talk about spaghetti. I'm glad you mentioned
I
that.
don't-
Yeah, I enjoyed myself because it was time travel.
Yeah.
And because the storyline,
The time travel
Time
aspect,
travel
I-
made no sense as
I
well,
know.
but I let that go. I was like, I'm not even gonna try to like just fuck
Ooble's
it,
eyes.
whatever.
No, I really appreciated the aspect of time travel in this because of the way. Because I mean, within any movie, when you have a situation where you have something that like you can use it to fix everything in the film. Like for example, I really like the fact that. It's established in the comics and as well as within the films for the most part. The fact that Barry has to keep eating in order
Oh,
to keep
yeah,
his
yeah,
calorie
his
intake,
calories.
and that because if he was always if he didn't need that, then he'd be OP'd the entire time, overpowered, and and then you can solve the entire movie.
OP.
Thank you for defining that acronym.
I was like, what? Original pizza? How would he become original pizza?
No, so like, I like that they did that because then they're like, okay, now it makes sense why the movie isn't solved within an instant. And then again with the time travel, they at least established themselves with how their time travel worked and stayed within the nuances of that and having those moments that are irreversible and faked. And then that they stuck to the rules they created. It wasn't my favorite version of time travel, but it made sense with what they were trying to tell, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I guess I'll throw them. I can say that's true. Objectively speaking, I think.
Cheers.
You see how you can point to a movie and describe the logic, and then you can, if you have the tools to understand. Anyways, you guys don't know what you're talking about because that episode is probably gonna air after this.
It's a good one.
What?
Yeah,
you're gonna have to tap into the Speed Force, travel back in time, and see this episode.
I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of the elements of the movie ended up becoming almost insignificant. Zod became kind of insignificant. He was just basically a villain that just needed to be there, but wasn't really important that much to the story. The Supergirl was, she showed up, and then it was like. She wasn't that important anymore.
Going off of the note, that's kind of how I felt. Where I felt like these things kept leading to something, but then it never really got there.
Exactly, it fell apart.
That was my biggest issue. Whereas I was excited I knew Supergirl was coming, and knew Zod was going to be in at some point. Of course, Mom Keaton's Batman, but it felt like they never really got to what they were supposed to get to. If that makes any sense. Yeah. And in the same way that you're describing Zod being misused. I was also very much looking forward to seeing just their whole team come back, and Feora was barely used at all too. Why even have her come back? I don't think she said anything either. Ajax, fuck, because I may have his name wrong, but the giant Kryptonian guy, he had way more screen time. I mean, granted, he doesn't have a face, but there was a lot of that wasn't necessarily, I guess, maybe utilized in the best way. But I thought it was cool seeing Supergirl. I felt like she did have a commanding presence within what she had to do. And I like the little hints of things like when we've seen Superman be depleted from the sun in alternate universes, and that aspect of it.
Yeah. I do want to ask, okay, so there was a scene where I guess you can say it's the climax where all the different universes and
the cameos.
I couldn't even enjoy that because the visual effects were so bad.
I honestly had that same thought, which is
honestly, couldn't you get real Nicolas Cage to just fucking do?
Well, hold on, you're getting ahead of yourself. Let's tell.
So first we had Christopher Reeve.
Hasn't seen this.
And I get that you need a CGI Christopher Reeve because he's dead.
Yeah.
But I mean the CGI was of Christopher Reeve didn't bother me as much because again he's not a live person.
Yeah.
But then when Nicolas Cage and I knew that was coming too because they're gonna have Nicolas Cage be Superman.
Were you aware of the backstory within that?
Yeah, I'm aware of the backstory of he was cast to
for the audience members who may not be aware.
He was on. Yeah, he almost cast of being. He was cast Superman,
for Superman Lives, a Tim Burton project that never made it to life. But he did test on the suit. There are pictures.
Yeah, there's pictures of him,
and that's what this was based off of. So it's not just a random Nick Cage cameo.
Right.
Can you really call it a cameo because it's not really him? It's a CGI version of Nick Cage.
It's his likeness.
But I mean, again,
welcome to the future.
That's true.
It's always gonna be that.
Why couldn't you just get real Nicolas Cage?
I'm calling it now. Hold on. I'm calling it now. With all this era of CGI and deep fakes and whatnot, we're already Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
Luke Hamill and Mark Hamill.
God damn it! It's only a matter of time before we get actors who have passed away to be in movies again.
Actual roles, not like these cameo type stuff?
No, I feel like it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
James Dean will be a lead in a film.
We don't need to make any more humans. We just bring them back from the dead in CGI version.
James Dean is young Obi-Wan Kenobi. Lucille Ball.
I mean, I don't see it not happening, man. Like, especially with if they can get away with what they did with the Flash, then they can get away with.
They
I've
didn't get
seen
away with it though. Like this was
Well, this movie
horrible.
came out. It's still they got away with it. I didn't say they got like it was like well done, but they got away with it.
There will be a
It was
time
greenlit.
where there will be a time where Tupac hologram gets an Emmy.
Yeah.
And virtual reality James Dean gets an Oscar. And
Best CGI performance.
Best CGI
Oh
by
my
a best
god!
actor.
You guys heard
shit.
it here first.
You heard it, Oscars. This is where you get it.
Oh.
Yeah, I the storyline, I didn't mind it. I like the time travel aspect. I like the comedy hit here and there, but I mean,
How'd you guys feel about the two berries? Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
no, I'm glad you asked.
Because you said the comedy, and that's what.
Yeah. I've never, even from the original, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've never really been a fan of that quirky, like, I'm on the
Joke
spectrum.
every 5 minutes.
Maybe I'm
Every 2
awkward.
minutes.
What is brunch? I don't understand what brunch is. And it's
ADHD?
like, no, dude, no, I don't. I don't buy it. I don't like that. I don't like that quirky. So to see two of them now, I'm glad that in this one, the older one was like, God, I fucking get why people don't like us now because you're fucking annoying. And it was like, okay, good. You acknowledge it yourself. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So other than that, man, I know I like the storyline. I felt like the acting was good. I didn't have any complaints with the acting. At no point did I feel like this motherfucker is just channeling it in.
That's true. I'll give you that.
They're not
Especially-
present.
Yeah, there
I
was
like
nothing
the
bad
acting.
with
The score was
acting.
great. I like the music. It had old Batman and it had newer. So it had Wonder Woman's theme. So I was fine with that.
I was when I had an inkling that she might show up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
please do the intro. She's had the intro in every single
Every- yeah.
aspect. Like,
It
come
has to.
on,
That's
keep
just
it, and they did.
Solid.
Oh
Oh yeah, I was about to do it like a different song.
I was gonna do it.
I was gonna do X-Men. Yeah. Wait, that's X-Men.
Dun, dun, dun.
What I wanted to do was no, that's still X-Men.
Please have the X-Men back here.
Yeah.
Please, Noel. I love
Yeah,
you.
see, I had no issues with any of that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying the fucking visual effects lowered it down by that's how bad
They really are.
I feel
bad.
these visual effects are, is that it brought this movie down easily 2 grades
Ooh.
just with the visual effects.
Speaking of things that brought it down for me, brought it down as a whole, like, I mean, I don't. Once they added the second they were in the Speed Force and we saw a creature show
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
I knew exactly where the story was
Absolutely.
going. And it
Anybody
bummed
could.
me out because
Yep.
I saw it coming from a mile away. Not just with, I mean, I do have a background knowledge of comics, but then the Flash show also did the exact same
Yeah.
storyline.
Yep.
And that is personally me. Okay, this is warm. Personally, it is warm in here. It is way warmer
Yeah.
than your garage. I mean, your garage is
Yeah,
warmer
this
than
is
your garage.
it's hotter than a sort of twin babies.
It's the fact of like this film has gone through so many versions, and I spoke about this on other episodes of like I never really knew what version of this film we were going to get because it's
Yeah.
gone through so many iterations.
Yeah.
And at some point when this was still like I guess the Snyderverse, you saw all these little things that Zach
Zack Snyder.
had already lined up. Freaking. Freaking Jeffrey Dean Morgan cast as Thomas Wayne. That wasn't an
Yeah.
accident.
Ooh,
that would have been the perfect Flashpoint Batman.
Yep.
Lauren Cohen as the Joker.
Yep.
Martha Wayne.
Yeah, 'cause
and
in
there were
comic,
so many.
They
yes,
Bruce
Respectively
gets killed,
become-
right?
yeah. So Thomas becomes a much more violent version of Batman.
Yeah.
And these things were already lined up within Zach's version. So then getting this version, which is fine, but just seeing what it could have been and
Yeah.
seeing this version come to life when I've already
This was
seen
like
it on
a-
the Flash TV
This is
show.
like the weakest version of like. what
it bummed you out a little bit.
And then,
think-
and the thing is that it does nothing because I thought what they were thinking about doing with this movie was some way of transitioning to what James Gunn's
Yes.
universe was going to be.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
And it
that
did absolutely
oh
nothing.
my
Nothing.
God.
for
That was my biggest
Yep.
gripe.
Nothing for that.
The fact that I thought at the very, very end of the film we were going to get like this newly established DCU or some character from this new universe was going to show
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Maybe that new Superman. I don't know what have you. And they fucking threw in George Clooney.
Yeah.
Well,
What
yeah,
the
now
fuck?
I would like to converse about that because I was under
Converse
the
away.
impression that
Oh, when did you take off the mic?
I was annoying. I was under the impression. I was under the impression that scene with George Clooney as a cameo was like the end credit. Like that was it. There were no more secret
You didn't
or
stay
hidden.
for the end credits.
Did you not stay for the post?
I didn't because I looked it up online and it said, "Are you guys fucking with me
There's
right
a
now?"
post.
Yeah, there
What
is.
I looked it up online, man. And
You
all
looked
of
it up
them
wrong,
said-
apparently.
I did. Apparently, I did.
Do you want to
there-
know what
Yeah,
happens?
fucking
Yeah.
clearly.
There's-
I'm not gonna go watch the movie again. To
So
Well, there's one Justice League member that doesn't show up throughout the whole movie.
that's referenced heavily.
There's
Cyborg.
two.
Oh, there's two. That's right, Cyborg. Yeah, but
I mean,
Cyborg
yeah,
is
that's a bigger issue with
You're
Ray
right,
Fisher
you're
and,
right.
and Warner
Aquaman.
Brothers. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what is Aquaman doing?
they're
Is he
at a
like-
bar. Well, they're
It's at a
leaving a
bar.
bar, and
It's a pretty much throwaway.
Well, 'cause-
scene.
One of those stupid.
well,
one of those,
throwaway.
yeah,
well, I mean,
no.
like, okay,
it's a
well-
non. It's a non. It's like staying at the end for the
Within-
Marvel credits, and it's Captain America doing a video.
stay
it's no,
till
it's
the end.
it's more than
Yeah.
that. Hold on, and I'll argue it's more than that,
That was actually
because
kind of clever.
the Flash
Shut up,
and
Sam.
Aquaman. Hold
Shut
on,
up, Sam.
guys. God, I'm fucking talking. Thank you.
Shut up, Sam.
Within the DCEU, the Flash and Aquaman have been shown to have a friendship,
Yeah,
and it's been happening a couple of times. They both made the cameos in Peacemaker and continued that same friendship.
that's right. Yeah.
So like it's Barry pulling Aquaman out of a bar after telling him everything, and he's just drunk.
Yeah,
And then they're just
it's a throwaway
talking.
scene.
Yeah,
Arthur is drunk.
Arthur is drunk. Yeah, but the interesting thing too is that it reestablishes Aquaman, I guess.
But it's still what's his name, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I mean he still has his own movie coming out, but
So-
that was something disappointing because like I thought this was gonna launch whatever was gonna be happening next, but it doesn't
did nothing.
just feel like
it
it.
sets more fucking questions up. Like, what does Barry do at this point? You just realized that because you put the tomatoes on a top shelf,
they're gonna
now it's
do-
fucking George Clooney.
You know.
So what? What do you like?
You
is
know
he
what
gonna
they're
go
gonna
back
do?
and
No,
put
they're
them
not.
on a lower shelf?
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do what we talked about in the episode about a reboot. Fuck. God damn it.
Recycle.
No, not the reboots,
Reuse.
but
The retcon.
the retcon.
Ah,
they're gonna
so
do.
close.
They're gonna do this thing where they're just gonna ignore all the DCU stuff that came up until the final movie comes out. They're just gonna ignore it, and they're just gonna start wherever James Gunn wants
Blue
to
Beetle.
start on that new
It
Superman
seems
movie.
like
But
it's
then-
gonna be Blue Beetle.
And then
They're not gonna do
well,
anything to try
Blue
to
Beetle
tie
is,
anything.
I mean,
Blue Beetle was
maybe,
James Gunn, no?
But Blue. Okay,
These
hold
movies
on.
are already done. Like
Blue
you said.
Beetle is, from my understanding, self-contained. So it's technically
Yeah.
phase 0 within the DCU, but it starts. Oh my god! Excuse me.
What the hell's going on
I
with
don't
you?
know. I'm getting really
Beetle.
passionate.
Yeah.
The beer. It's Superman Legacy. That's like the official first film, but Blue Beetle is now part of the bigger DCU. Yeah, and how that integrates, we'll find out. And it kind
And
of
then
goes.
the Aquaman movie is supposed to come out, and I'm sure that's not gonna tie anything.
No, because apparently
there's
Jason's
not gonna be anything.
back
They're
as
just
someone
gonna
else.
they're just gonna ignore the whole Zack Snyder
the
verse.
worst.
DCU,
here's
whatever.
here's the thing though,
That's it.
because like
It's-
Peacemaker's still going on.
Yeah.
Waller is happening, which includes characters from Suicide Squad.
Penguin.
Like you know Margot Robbie's gonna be back as Harley Quinn.
Penguin.
Like Penguin. Well, I mean that's the Batman.
That's the Batman. That's
Which-
that's
Batman-verse.
Matt Reeves'
That's
universe.
the Pattinson verse. Oh,
Yeah, but
shit,
they're
this guy came
canceling
prepared.
the Batman show, the movie,
No,
the
they're
sequel.
not.
for
No,
the
they're
Batman.
not.
What?
Shut the
Pushing
fuck
it
up,
back.
Al.
From what I
They're not-
heard,
it's the
You
writer's
heard
strike.
bullshit.
No, you're
You
You
wrong.
heard
All right.
wrong
You're
bullshit.
wrong. You
Let
took
me
too
look at
much
my
time.
computer.
Look it up.
I swear to you right
It's
now, if
gonna
the
tell
words reportedly are in
No.
anywhere in that fucking
Allegedly.
article,
No.
yeah, fuck you.
No,
Fuck that
it's
shit.
not even
It pisses me
allegedly.
off so
Anger.
much.
So much
'Cause
anger.
it's one of my pet peeves. I always fucking see this where like it's like these articles that show up on the internet or on Instagram, and it's like, oh, Warner Brothers may be doing this, or Marvel may be doing that, and allegedly and reportedly, and it's always fucking bullshit. And you always have all these fucking people like scrambling to react. It's
Yeah.
all clickbait, and at the end of the day, it just makes nerds look stupid. I like, and it's just it's all this. I mean, yeah. It does, and it,
They
like,
love to be called that.
I mean, I'm one of them too. But the thing is, like, I'm so agitated that that's all it takes, and people this day and
okay.
age are so quick to react. I know I'm going on a side tangent.
No. You guys.
Fuck you, Noel.
You guys, allegedly, Arturo is going to hit everyone who says allegedly. Allegedly.
Jesus, why am I turning violent all of a sudden? I'm fine. Just
No,
put it-
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't pay attention to them. I don't let it get me riled up. You know,
Yeah.
I go, wait, the words, it's a hearsay. Oh, I'm out. I'm not. I'm
I mean,
not gonna give it any
that's
weight.
how it mostly is too to me too. It's just like it sounds so fucked up to say.
I mean,
but it's the
get-
shit that gets sent to me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not real. Show me the source.
Let's get back to the Flash.
Yes.
Oh shit, that's what we were talking about.
Any positives, Sam?
I mean,
from you?
I'm telling you,
I will say
it does have several.
I
Go,
will
Sam,
I
go.
will say that the acting is fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no bad acting at
No.
least.
Yep.
So that's good. But
CGI.
it's hard to
visual
say that
effects,
it
man.
had anything good in terms of cinematography. It wasn't good. The visual effects wasn't good. God damn it! It's maybe like
They
How'd
missed
you guys?
out.
Oh,
They missed out on a lot of opportunities. The Flash is established to be the fastest being on Earth, and I remember reading comics where like they'll be talking with them on the phone and they'll start a sentence, and before they finish the sentence, he already like traveled to fucking China and back 15 times, and like they make it a point in the comic where he like Batman's all like, I need you to check China to see if we find. And before he can finish that sentence, Barry's like, yep, already did it. Nothing there. They missed a lot of those opportunities in this movie.
I'd argue that was the whole peanut butter sandwich thing. Because he went and did all that shit at the hospital while he was making
Right,
it.
but see I'm glad you brought that up because that kind of also irked me, which is I get that it's possible that Barry would leave and do something amazing and come back in the time that it took this person to make a sandwich. But if you think about everything that he did supposedly in that span of time, which was show up at the hospital and talk to Bruce and make those jokes about why am I on the B team and oh my goodness, this
Alfred,
building is
yes.
falling time.
And
then
also,
if you
it
go get
was
the babies,
nighttime, by the way, when he finally decided to go back to back in time or whatever.
So-
but
so-
I think the issue is the thing is that when he comes back at the end, he's actually earlier than when he left.
I don't care, man. I'm just saying that there were some missed opportunities. Again, I fucking enjoyed the movie, and I'll give it my grade in a little bit. But the shit that brought it down to me, if anybody wonders why did he give it such a low score, it's because of the visual effects. That's it for me. That's it. Just the visual effects.
Again, like we talked about, I think some of the story elements were kind of
Yeah.
just bad. I don't know. I haven't seen that many movies this year, but this is definitely the worst movie I've seen this year.
Damn.
Jesus.
Sorry to
No, man.
But
I get it.
again, understand that I've only seen maybe like 12 movies this year. So
I've seen 32.
let's see.
I've seen like probably 4. I don't care. I enjoyed this movie.
I really, really did enjoy it. Like visual effects were the thing that did take it down for
10,
me.
only 10.
Me kind of like figuring where the plot was going took it out a lot.
Yeah.
It was the irony that the Savitar storyline from the Flash TV show wasn't that well received, but I think it handled it better than the movie did.
I mean, can you explain also like how is it that Zod was able to kill Supergirl so easily? In so many times,
I
just
wasn't
by
a fan
a
of that.
spike.
Yeah.
Well,
Kryptonian
is the
knife.
spike made out of kryptonite? Because if it is, wouldn't it also be affecting Zod?
I
don't understand
It doesn't
how
look
he
like
has
it was
a
made out of
spike.
kryptonite. It looked like it was just made
It
out
was
of whatever steel Kryptonian steel they use.
Kryptonian weapon.
And why would it kill her? Why would it kill her?
I wasn't a fan of that.
She's Kryptonian.
Yeah,
It makes no
not-
fucking sense.
I'm not in
Doesn't-
favor of that.
Unless
aspect at all.
it's Kryptonian or made out of kryptonite, whatever, which is supposed to be the only thing that's
Penetrate.
it can penetrate, a super person's body.
Right?
Yeah, it was the face you made. That's it.
Yeah. No, but again, like it makes no sense. So why would Zod not also be affected by the fact that he has a Kryptonian blade in his fucking body? He should be weak.
I'm not defending it.
think it was
It was not.
Kryptonian,
Yeah, why you keep
Well,
talking
then
about the kryptonite?
Well, then it shouldn't have killed Supergirl.
Unless it was Kryptonian metal and
Yeah,
whatever
if
aspect
I
of
have a
that.
slice of like,
Why would Kryptonian metal not affect?
Well,
like, I don't get that.
Does
Then
Terran
Kryptonian.
metal cut you?
no,
metal
but,
made on Earth?
But on Earth, she cannot be
can go-
affected by
you can-
anything
you
except
I
can
know, but
kryptonite.
he brought
no,
on
not
Earth.
except Kryptonite.
This is Kryptonian metal.
if you went
if
to-
you're on
if
Earth,
you-
Sam, and you get stabbed with an Earth knife,
Yes.
would you not bleed?
Yes, but if I'm in a world where I have superpowers, this
right.
Earth
Well,
knife
again,
does nothing.
he brought it from
not
his world.
superpowers. Superman doesn't have superpowers. It's just that in this planet,
Oh, the red,
sun,
the yellow sun is
the
what
yellow
affect-
sun
yeah, that's true.
affects his DNA and his
yeah.
atoms.
Okay. I don't need the fucking technicalities.
just saying.
Hold on. Something
It's different.
actually, I do have a question for you guys both. Not that hasn't to do with necessarily the film quality or this and that. How did you guys feel about the decision clearly the decision was made to make the Flash Barry Allen half Hispanic by casting a Spanish actress as another.
I
Honestly,
saw that.
it didn't even cross my mind.
Well, good for him.
It was just like, okay, whatever.
No, I'm just curious. Yeah, like
Clearly, she got her citizenship from Barry Allen's father, is what they were implying. So I'm applaud her. I applaud her. You did
I mean, because this
I
affected.
believe that actress isn't that actress from Y Tu Mamá También or The Pan's Labyrinth.
I'm not sure. I just know she's Spanish.
Yeah, I think it's the same
Yeah, we
actress.
can pull it
from
up on
Pan's
Look it up,
Labyrinth
producer.
IMDb.
Yeah, look at her.
Yeah, producer.
Supergirl's Latina.
Is she really?
She is.
Oh.
Yeah, she's Colombian.
Yeah.
She's nice.
Super
I
mujer.
enjoyed Supergirl.
Super mujer.
Anyways, are anything else we want to say about the movie, guys?
I'm ready to give it my grade.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, she's from Y Tu Mamá También. You're
Yeah.
right, and Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah.
It's the same
Both of
actress.
That's right. Yeah.
From Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was in her
I
bud,
recognize
no?
her. She's not in her bud.
She's
No?
not.
Are you
She
sure?
was in Aigre Bud.
Did you enjoy the Easter egg with Batman throwing the pan? Like
Batman throwing the pan?
Because
Yeah.
it was Pan's Labyrinth. I don't understand where you're coming
when they were in the
from.
kitchen and he threw the pan
to
and then
protect the
Barry
acid.
looks at it, does the whole
Yeah.
sidestep, grabs it like in Justice League.
No.
Oh,
But I
in
did get
Justice
the.
League,
I
it was the
guess.
bad
Did you
guy.
get the
Yeah.
Easter egg of when the second Barry Allen gets the bag and it laughs? You know where that's from?
Yeah, I
that
was
from?
the only one that fucking laughed in my movie
Same.
theater.
I was like,
He's
I
all
got
like,
it.
check it out, this bag laughs, and he opens it, and it's like,
It's the Joker's life.
It's
And I was
from
like,
'89
holy
Batman.
shit. Yeah, it's from.
Of
Batman
course,
that's what I
89.
Of course, an uncultured person like yourself.
child.
The
would
worst
not-
Batman.
Have you seen Manson?
He's not the worst Batman. How dare you? He's actually
No,
the best
that-
Batman.
Ben Affleck with that suit, the
Was
blue and gray,
badass.
He does not look
He-
badass.
He did. Yes, he did.
He looked
Yes, he
terrible.
did. He looked amazing.
He looked
Ben
fucking
Affleck has had the
terrible.
best Batman suits with the Batman versus Superman, the Iron suit.
Oh, Jesus
my
fucking
God.
Christ! No. I mean his initial suit from
Batman vs.
Superman is good. I like it. The gray one,
Yes,
gray one that's
the
all
gray
like
and black, yeah.
that has more of like the Dark Knight
Texture,
Returns
yeah.
type of
Yeah.
feel to it.
Yeah.
I like
short
it.
ears,
I
the
like
cowl.
the suit.
The
but-
yellow utility belt. Oh, that shit was so fucking tight.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
well.
Batman '89. He had a yellow utility belt with the yellow sign.
But
But it
Affleck
was yellow with
wearing
black.
it.
Affleck's is yellow
Batman.
with gray and blue.
Batman '89 was yellow.
And I enjoyed how Batman is not like Iron Man. He's not perfect when he's chasing Falcone's grandson or whatever.
Yeah.
He like hits a car when he throws when he's being
He's
dragged.
Fuck
endangering
yeah,
other
that's
people.
It
right.
made him look like
Yeah.
a actual hero. Like
Yeah.
he's not perfect. He's not Thor.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed that.
You know what's a better
Fuck
depiction of that? It's called The Batman. It's a
That's
much
true.
better
I
depiction.
mean,
It's Robert Pattinson.
That
Not
t-
wrong.
and you know what? It doesn't look cartoony.
Oh, the Easter egg when they jump out of the bat wing. What is it?
mhm.
And then it
You know-
goes to the moon.
Yeah.
I-
Oh, I mean, that's
that's-
not an
Oh,
Easter
yeah,
egg, but yeah, the
yeah, yeah.
Again,
symbolism
that's
was.
from '89.
That was
I
sick.
know. I know it was.
Yeah, yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
just saying. That
You
Shut up, you
Yeah.
uncultured
Have you
swine.
seen Batman '89?
I saw it so long ago that I don't remember.
You haven't seen it in your adult life,
No.
dude. Go back to it.
It's a great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
great
Batman
movie.
Returns is like one of my Christmas rewatches every year.
That is a great Christmas movie.
Fuck yeah, it is.
God, did we talk about that in the
I
Christmas
think we
movie?
did. Yeah, because I feel like we had this exact same conversation.
Yep. We did.
Yeah.
Anyways, should we?
grades.
yeah,
should
let's
we
do
get-
grades.
Yeah.
Go.
You guys are
Uble,
going to start it with
first.
me.
Yeah,
For
we
real?
always
Always,
start
we
with
always do.
God damn it. I would
Remember
say
your numbers.
It's because we saved the
one
best for
thumb
last.
up.
No, you're not thumbs. Stop. Your numbers. Your numbers.
Honestly, okay, so I was thinking more about letters with this one when I was walking in. No,
Don't-
I mean it. I guess let me
Whatever.
give
Just
it-
give us what version.
Let me give it the letter and then I'll do it to numbers.
Get it.
Because letter, I was thinking more of like a B minus. So numbers, that would be what? Like a no, I'm gonna get it right this time.
6.5, something like that.
yeah.
Like
Maybe
an
like
81.
a 2.3.
Like an 81. See, my math is good.
Okay.
81.20. No, I do give it a low B. A low B, man, and that's
All right.
being generous. All right, that's being
It is
generous.
really generous. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I was very disappointed. This is not a good movie. I would say it's not a good movie. Yeah. So, for me, It's not so bad that
Subjectively
it's
speaking.
it's not so bad that it gets in the D range, but it's a C- for me.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
low?
Yeah,
A C minus?
yeah.
Dude, I like this like non-tethered version of you.
Now I
You look
can
like an
move around.
announcer.
Do whatever
so
I
much
need.
space.
Like, do tell. Yeah.
There's some activities.
I feel like you're constantly falling though. Like,
It is a heavy microphone.
yeah, it was just the visual effects were so bad. The story elements, like I said, Zod, Supergirl, just felt like they were just characters that came in that were supposed to be important and ended up being not important at all. And again, I love Michael Keaton, but I feel his Batman was kind of ruined in this
Wow.
movie just because of all the bad CGI and how they depict them. It's just not who Batman 89 is for me. And like Michael Keaton is is my favorite Batman in the movies, and so like it was kind of crappy in that sense. Yeah, it's just even the emotional parts didn't hit for me. Like the comedy.
I cried.
Oh God, come on!
At which part, Arturo? The opening credits?
when he was saving the babies.
I
It
think
was-
that. No. Oh, I
It was
can't-
right
no,
when
no.
he put the baby in the microwave.
When the babies did fly out, I was like, "Oh my god, the babies!"
Yeah.
And then I saw my son and like flying out as an infant.
Really,
son
is
was
that-
an
your
extra
son
in
looks
this?
like a
No, not like a-
cartoonish. Does he
hold
bend
on.
in that weird way?
I didn't say the CGI portion. I
Your
said
son
when
is
they flew
Gumby?
out at the beginning, when they were still in the freaking like little.
Even the way they
That's-
depict them didn't make sense with the fact that time was still for the babies. They still had moments in which the babies actually
They're reacting,
laughed.
yeah.
Like they're reacting when their faces should be frozen.
Yeah. Not only that, but like
You're right.
It's so
actually.
I know
bad.
a lot
so
of
bad.
babies.
It's starting to fall to a D plus now.
I know. I know a lot of babies, right? And if a building was falling down and it was like
They would be
rubble
crying.
and screaming, no baby would be like, "Oh, look at the bird!
Yeah.
Oh, laffy,
Yeah.
fun times." They would be crying their shits, right? Even if they were just in the regular hospital room, they would be crying their brains out. Let alone the building is now falling down and there's chaos happening
Because they're
around you.
too young to have developed the personality yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to,
Yeah.
is that the one you're gonna go with? You're gonna defend this?
No, I'm not.
You're gonna defend the babies?
No.
I didn't
he's-
defend
he's-
it.
he's
I
a
said they
Oh.
haven't developed the personality yet to be like ha 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 ha, because they're still crying.
There you go.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't until you did the ha 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 that I realized what you
All
were
right,
saying.
Arturo, what's your grade?
Ultimately, there are things that detract from the film. Like for me, as I mentioned earlier, the CGI, which we all agree with. Again, that I saw the story coming from a mile away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the performances were really great. Overall, I did like the storyline. Didn't necessarily manifest in the way I had hoped. I wanted to see more of Affleck. Seeing Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was awesome, and I wanted a little bit more of that. The integration, but I did love Alfred's being in there. Ultimately, it is Arturo approved, and it's 1 thumbs up.
God, come on. This
Are we
is the-
doing, I thought you were the emoji faces, no?
No, he's a
No,
thumbs
I
up.
moved on to this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Arturo, let me just I want you to think about what you're doing
Yeah.
here. Because you gave Super Mario Brothers a thumbs up
I did.
and you're giving The Flash a thumbs up.
Yeah.
That means
I
that
can
there
see
are
that.
of equal quality.
To you, like the
can
thumbs
see
up
that.
is like there's so many films that fall under that range.
Arturo has thumbs up movies he hates.
How do you differ? There's no
and thumbs up movies he
Because
likes.
I have to. I
you don't know. That's
No,
the thing. You
I-
don't know that.
I have to define properly because like my movies that are acclaimed are like on a whole nother stratosphere.
you had to dive
Oh, the
into
stratosphere. The
Yeah.
only other level you have is 2 thumbs
Exactly.
up.
multiverse.
You
It's
get
the
2 thumbs
multiverse.
up,
Two thumbs
thumbs
up,
up.
1 thumbs up,
Yeah.
sideways, and then down.
This is not even a sideways.
It is enough.
It's the
It's
same as
ultimately
Super
enough.
Mario Brothers, which is a
Well,
movie
'cause you're-
that you praised way more.
You're
We all praised it.
But see, look at the difference. Okay, because you give letter grades, so you have a
Exactly.
fucking a sandbox of like 10 different. You have A plus, you have A, you have A
can
minus,
do
B
it
plus.
too.
You
You can
you
do it.
have like
you can
have
kind of
all
your thumb
this.
can keep going in different.
No,
it's like a
like-
clock.
Thumb up plus. Thumb
then
up
at
plus.
some
40,
point-
Yeah.
45
like
is-
this, it's like really bad. You
I
know?
give it a 76
gone.
degree
I have-
No,
thumbs up.
like I'm not gonna go through all of that. Like ultimately,
No.
this is a film I enjoyed, and that's where it falls.
So
into.
you would recommend this movie in the same way that you would recommend Super Mario Brothers?
I can see Arturo doing that. That's fine.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, man.
Noah, what's your grade? Because I think I'm gonna go
like,
with you.
well,
on
because
that.
like, okay, well, let me
Gang,
put it. Hold on,
baby.
hold on, real quick. Let me put it this way.
Yeah,
There's
Noah
only
should be like it's either gang baby, or gang
Or
or
baby
something,
gang.
or no gang is like
Baby
a.
gang.
that's true. No, what's your
Ah.
score?
Besides the CGI, I think it was a great movie.
There you
Besides
go.
the CGI.
That's
Besides
two gangs.
The CGI
That's
is like
two
a
gangs
huge
if I've
part
ever
of it.
heard.
I enjoy everything Batman. Like he was finally depicted the way I think Batman should be depicted.
Which
Ooh.
one?
How
Adam
agile he
West
was
one?
fighting the Kryptonian giant, like going,
Yeah,
jumping
yeah.
from
Michael
back
Keaton.
from Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. I just
parts
thought like
that are- the
that is
parts that
Batman.
Sam
That's who
hates.
I think
Yeah.
Batman is,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed every part of it.
I wish audience you could see how passionate Noel's movements were right now.
Yep.
Like
when he's flying, come on, dude.
Yeah.
He's not flying. He's
I-
gliding.
Okay,
Can
he's
you
gliding.
please get
Falling.
the
no, I
terminology?
agree,
Style.
Noel.
He's gliding.
I completely back
He's
every
falling
statement
with
you just
style.
The
made.
gliding parts is fine. I don't mind that. No, but his movements doesn't make sense
Well-
with what.
How
But
he
from the
is.
cartoons, that's how I saw Batman.
Yeah.
How agile
He doesn't
he
even
was.
move like that in the cartoon. You're talking
How
about the
dare
90s
you.
cartoons? Which cartoons are you talking
When I
about?
was a
There's
kid.
several, yeah.
the
Even
90s?
like for
The
example,
Batman animated
the-
series, he
the
does not
imme-
move
no.
like that. He doesn't do like these
The-
jumps where he's
the
like super
Batman did.
acrobatic and everything.
the Batman did.
The Batman?
Yes.
The Batman TV show? No, I'm talking about
Animated
like
series. I'm talking
Batman
about-
animated
no,
series.
there's multiple. As you just said,
He doesn't
And
move like an
the-
acrobat. where he's
the
just, like,
Batman,
going on top
the Batman animated series does from like
Yeah.
2000.
bullshit.
I
Anyways,
believe both of you, and I believe neither one of you.
At the end of the day, yes, I
Wait,
would
wait.
recommend this over a bowl of spaghetti.
Nice.
So we have.
wait.
we
So,
have
so what is it? Is it gang baby, gang, or gang, or no gang?
It says gang.
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 That's
gang.
a double gang.
Damn, baby. That's baby gang.
So wait, what would you have given?
That's Beeves.
No, wait.
That's beefs.
What would you have given Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Because to you that was a fucking 10 or something when you told me. But, wait, is gang the highest?
No, mob.
or
Because
is it?
what's
'cause I
a
thought
gang
it-
to a mob?
the
it's
highest-
mafia,
the-
baby.
No,
The
no
hi-
gang, gang
The
baby,
highest
and
is
gang.
baby gang. That's the
Gang
highest.
baby gang.
Oh,
Oh,
that's highest.
Oh, yeah.
So there is 5 levels.
Because of
No
the-
gang,
the
gang,
baby, yeah.
gang baby, gang,
No, no,
gang
no.
baby, gang.
No. It says no gang,
Uh-huh.
gang, baby gang.
Ah, okay. So Guardians of the Galaxy would be gang baby
Gang baby gang.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like
Okay.
his thing better
Yeah.
than yours.
I mean, that's fine.
Why didn't you bring
I
up
was,
the gang?
no, I was gonna say okay.
So we
going,
have a
going
gang
back to
baby
what, so
gang.
so just so you're aware, I've only had 3 movies beat double thumbs up this year for me,
3 movies? Okay.
and that was Evil Dead Rise, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Scream 6.
Okay. All right then.
So I probably, I mean, I'm rather
So-
pre-biased, but I feel
I
like
haven't seen an
Oppenheimer
A
will
plus
be the
yet
same.
for me this year.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
Or
I feel like it will. be.
maybe.
That'll be an A plus.
Yeah.
I've seen an A.
Everybody.
I've seen one
What was your
A.
A?
Yeah.
What was your A? Out of curiosity.
It was Are You There, God? Is Me, Margaret.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I thought that was a great movie, which I think your wife hated. But anyways, let's end it because Ubla's falling asleep.
Well, she didn't hate it. She
dude.
just felt like No Little Mermaid was
Tell us,
better.
tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about The Flash. Comment down below. Like and subscribe. All the good stuff. Make sure you get on TikTok and comment on TikTok and tell Noel to put more fucking videos.
Yeah, Noel. God damn it.
And as always, gang
Have a
baby
dark
gang.
night.
Makes sense.